Hi, I'm Davy. I'm awesome. And welcome to Davy's Awesome Stories, where I tell funny stories from my past or go on a rant in an effort to make you laugh. This week it's more of a rant. An inquiry, if you will. See, I was thinking about it this week. America, my home, the land I love, is often stereotyped as the fattest nation in the world. The most unhealthy nation in the world. And I got an inquiry, is that really fair? Like, I know I'm probably the wrong person to be speaking up for this because, obviously, Hercules. But let's be real here. Of course we have the most fat people in the world. We are one of the biggest countries in the world population-wise. Like, there's only 2 countries that have a bigger population than us. One of them, India, which we all know for a fact that more than 2/3 of the people in that country are living in third world conditions. And then China, which is a country where they only eat when the government tells them they can eat. So naturally, we're going to have more fat people. Because 1, we don't have a government that's telling us when we can eat, what we can eat, how we can eat. And 2, we actually have food. But people compare us to countries like, for example, up north of us, Canada. Of course, we're going to have more fat people than Canada has. We have around 330 million people, whereas they have around 30 million people. And you're going to see less because they have 300 million less people than we do, spread out over much more land. Like, apparently in Canada, it's not unusual to have your closest neighbor be 10, 20, 30 minutes, maybe even an hour away from you. In America, if you have neighbors that far away from you, that has something to do with your livelihood. Like, you're a farmer with a lot of land or a rancher with a lot of land, something like that. Canada, your closest neighbor is 10, 20 minutes away from you. You just live in Canada. Like, don't get me wrong, they have metropolitan areas where, like us, they have apartments and stuff, or houses that are really close to each other, but it's not unusual to hear somebody say, yeah, my closest neighbor is 10 minutes away. In America, that's very unusual. But here's the thing, I know for a fact that we're not the only country that eats ridiculously unhealthy. I know this because I watch a lot of food shows. Because I love food. I watch food shows like they're porn. Oh yeah, spread it. Spread it all over. Spread it good. God, I love me a hollandaise sauce. That's me. I not only watch ways to make food, but I watch a lot of shows where they show here's what they got all over the country, or even here's what they got all over the world. And they've got some fattening things out there too. For example, Canada. Their most popular dish, a dish that they claim as their own, that is starting to get a lot of notoriety in this country, is poutine. If you don't know what poutine is, allow me to educate you. Poutine is a dish that they originally got from us and then evolved it much further. Which makes me think that some Canadian was on holiday, took a vacation here into the United States, went to an old-fashioned diner and ordered one of the old-fashioned diner staples. Like, if you're like me and you like diners, you go in there, there's usually at least 3 things that are on every menu on every diner. There's, of course, cheeseburgers, meatloaf, and you may be asking, who is that weirdo that goes into a diner and orders the meatloaf? Don't you judge me. And a third staple that you'll find at pretty much any authentic diner in the United States, gravy fries. That's right, yummy, delicious gravy fries. Which I will admit, as an American, this is one of the things that makes us the fattest nation, is that to us is not a meal but an appetizer. But apparently, Canada fixed that. When somebody came to America, ordered the gravy fries, went back up north, and was like, hey, so I was in America, and they took the #1 most unhealthy way to eat potatoes, and they covered that in the #1 most unhealthy type of sauce. Oh yeah? What about it? Could you do that, but add some cheese? Yeah, that is what poutine is. It is French fries covered in gravy and cheese curds. Cheese curds! Hunks of cheese! Meaning the guy probably looked at him and was like, you mean you want me to spread a little shredded cheese on that? No. I want hunks of cheese. And thus poutine was born. And it became their most popular dish. And it is even starting to flood into America, which I'm very happy about because it is delicious. If you haven't had poutine, I highly recommend it. It is probably one of the most unhealthy things for you. So don't eat it often. But it is so good. And they didn't even stop there, though. Once it started getting around there, Then they started adding things to it. Like I've seen videos of them adding like carne asada steak to their poutine, or more than one type of cheese, or chicken, both fried and grilled. Me personally, when I make poutine at home, I like to add mushrooms and a garlic aioli sauce. It is really delicious. I've even heard of one person, though, who was telling me you should try putting bacon in it. I don't know about that. Don't get me wrong, I love bacon. But you're asking me to add bacon to the most unhealthy way to eat potatoes with the most unhealthy sauce and cheese curds. I feel like that would be a last meal kind of thing. And I don't mean like I'm on my deathbed or on death row type last meal. I mean like I eat it and then I have a heart attack before I even can get to the bathroom. But I'll admit there, the bacon thing, that's a point against America. We are obsessed with adding bacon to everything. Heck, there's a secret society in America committed to wrapping bacon in everything. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. It's called the Baconati, and they are just going around finding ways to logistically wrap things in bacon. And it started out simple. It was like, wrap bacon around a hot dog. Sounds simple enough, you basically take something the shape of a tube, you wrap bacon around it. Cool, yeah, delicious. Wrap bacon around a jalapeno popper. Yeah, I'm with you. Easy to wrap around and very delicious. Wrap bacon in and around onion rings. Kind of losing me there. Like years and years before they thought of doing that, we found a way to take a vegetable and make it ridiculously unhealthy for you. And now you're saying, take it a step further and inside the ring, wrap the bacon around it, cook it, and you have a bacon onion ring. It's delicious. But they didn't stop there. They started getting really ridiculous with it. Like, wrap bacon around a burger patty. Yeah, we were already putting bacon on the burger patty, but that wasn't enough. No, they want to wrap that disc of meat in bacon. Chicken is delicious. But it didn't stop there. Wrap bacon around a Thanksgiving turkey. Okay, well, I'm definitely thankful for you. But that's just a lot of work and a lot of bacon to wrap a Thanksgiving turkey in bacon, which is also delicious. Wrap bacon around a whole ham. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to do that one. Just sounds wrong. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love ham. We celebrate with ham. Sometimes we have ham with our turkey on Thanksgiving. Have ham every Christmas. In my family, we're going to invent a day called Ham Day where we sit around and, like Thanksgiving, talk about what we're thankful for, but more specifically about ham-related things. But to wrap bacon around ham, like you're having a big, huge piece of pork and you want me to wrap that in more pork? I just feel like if I took a bite of it, somebody would ask me, how's it taste? A little sacrilegious. So I'm out on that one. But I still say, though, that there is a point in our favor versus Canada. Our most popular fast food chain, the most international one, the one that's all over the place, everybody knows about, from the United States, Canada, Mexico, Japan, Germany, England, where have you. You're nary to find a country without the American staple of McDonald's. But Canada has their own fast food chain that is also international. There are some in America, and it's estimated that in about 10 years, they're going to be all over America. And that fast food chain is called Tim Hortons. Now, in America, like I said, there are some Tim Hortons, but there's not that many, and most of them are in like the northern states like Oregon and Michigan, places like that, the ones that kind of border Canada. But they're growing and they're coming to a city near you. Like I said, they're estimating about 10 years, there will be Tim Hortons all over the place. It's Canada's biggest contribution to fast food. And if you don't know what Tim Hortons is, it's a donut place. So say what you want about America. Yeah, McDonald's isn't healthy, but it's healthier than donuts. Your biggest contribution to feeding everybody is donuts. So I'm sorry, but it's a little unfair to compare us to Canada about which one is healthier when their two biggest contributions is fries covered in gravy and cheese and donuts. Not knocking you, I'm just saying. But you know what? Not to just pick on Canada, but it's all over the world. Like, let's go to merry old England, which I hate saying to go there for the food, but bear with me for a second. The most popular dish to ever come out of England, which is very delicious, one of my favorite things, is fish and chips. And it's probably the most popular dish to come out of England because most dishes that come out of England are disgusting. Sorry, but let's face it, England's not exactly known for their cuisine. But they got it right with fish and chips. Again, the most unhealthy way to eat a potato. French fries, that they call chips. Some of you in America may be asking, well, what do they call chips? They call them crisps. And then they take a piece of fish. Fish, a very healthy type of meat. A meat that is so healthy for you, it's pretty much a vegetable. And they found a way to change that. Put it in batter, and they fry it until it's golden brown. And God, I want some right now. Or even in Spain. I was watching one of these shows and found out that one of their staples that they have in their Pizza Huts is pizza where in the crust they have a burger. You heard me, a burger. And I don't mean it's like here in America when you have a cheeseburger pizza, they put just bits of ground beef on there. No. What they do is they take the crust, they hollow out a hole, and in that hole they put a small burger patty, and they cook it with the pizza, and that way when you get to the crust, you have a hamburger. What got me about that is they explain the reason they don't do this in America is they don't feel it would sell very well. Are you out of your freaking mind? It wouldn't sell well here? Although I will say, out here, if they put a hamburger in the pizza crust, they'd probably still just dip it in ranch. So all this being noted, is it really fair to call America the most unhealthy, fattest country in the world? Yeah, I gotta say it is, because we're still the country that came up with the idea of taking a stick of butter, covering it in batter, deep frying it, and then covering that in powdered sugar. So the point of this video? I'm hungry. So there you have it. That's my story video this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notifications when I post new videos, and leave a comment. If you've got any more comparisons from other countries' unhealthy foods to our unhealthy foods, let's hear it. Love you guys.